Hey everyone, and welcome back to MrMFretwell Plays Minecraft. And in today's episode, what I would like to do is start by getting that Nether Hub project rolling. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of Nether travel lately, more so now than ever before, going to the End farm or the Blaze farm. And if we want to think about improving our other bases as well, we're going to need to be able to get around a lot easier than our current system of just tunnels in the roof of the Nether all over the place. So, by thinking about that, I've been thinking about a lot of minecart related stuff, and that actually gave me a little idea about this minecart track here, and that was to implement a cart return to this. So, depending on if I'm at the wrong end, or if the cart's at the wrong end, depending on how you look at it, I can call the cart back to me. I'll show you that working right here. As you can see, the cart comes back to me, and likewise if I'm at the top of the stairs and I need to get down and for whatever reason I don't want to use the stairs, it will come back up to me, which is pretty cool. You can see that here. I like it. Something simple, but adds a lot of neat functionality to this. And it enabled me to kind of clean things up with this. It was a little bit excessive. Now, in order to do this, I actually need a really lengthy two-way signal from the bottom of the stairs to the top and vice versa. It needs to have two-way repeaters implemented. You can see that here. Now, the circuitry to do that is not too complex, but it definitely took some figuring out. I'll show you here really quick. I have the supplies already on me to do this. So we kind of have a line of redstone in and a line of redstone out. I'm actually gonna need to do this right here. Put a repeater there. And let's just finish it off here. Voila, there you go. So this is a simple two-way repeater. What this does is, let me grab a redstone torch really quick. This will send a signal through the other side and reset it to the highest power level depending on which side you set it to. As you can see, it works both ways. And this is really handy because it saves a lot of redstone in having two separate redstone lines. That's the alternative way you could do it. Instead, I've been able to just implement a couple of these all the way up, and it works really, really well from both ends. And it's pretty cool, I have to say. Definitely a nice little added functionality to that. So, with that done, pretty much all we need to do now is start and think about that Nether Hub. And my idea at the moment is to go to 0, in the Nether and build my hub there, and then sort of branch off from that. I will need to get the coordinates again, I don't have them now, of all of the portals in the Nether. Certainly if I do have them, I don't have them to hand, so I'm just going to get them again. And for now, I'm going to start by linking up some of the Nether portals closest to our base here. Oops. And that is the village portal here, the Blaze farm, the stronghold and the Ender farm, the fort base, and that'll probably be it for now. Don't really see any reason to do any of the others at the moment. And then as time goes, I can expand the rest and kind of do more with it. Now, I've already got some supplies rolling here. I'm going to bring my rails with me and my minecart. A couple of detector rails in here too. got some wood for some workbench related things. I have some stone bricks, or smooth stone, to make some stone bricks with. I'm not too worried about a design for the hub yet. I'm more interested in just getting some functionality going with it at this point. And I'm thinking I'm going to need a lot of switches to power the power track, so I'm going to bring a little bit of extra cobble in order to do that. So I'm going to head to the Nether now and head on over to 00, start work on setting up that hub. So I've started work here on the Nether Hub, and I was actually kind of surprised. The fort portal is basically right next to 00. As you can see, right through there is the hub, and this is the fort ladder. I just went and grabbed a silk touch pick from my ender chest over in the fort base, and I must say, I wasn't expecting it to be that close. I don't even think it's worth building a rail line. I mean, I could throw an ender pearl from the hub, which is right here, not much at the moment, but I could throw an ender pearl to there. It's like 20 blocks away. I think it would probably be slower to just get in a minecart and go. So I think instead, for this particular one, I'm just going to have a walkway that you can go down to access that from the hub there. But certainly for the other ones, we're going to need it. That definitely is an improvement, so we've already got one linked up. I did get coordinates to the village, and that one is minus 199 and 208. So the village is sort of that way and then across is probably the best way of doing that one. With the ladder being right there to get to the 4, I'm not going to extend this tunnel any further. I'm probably going to do the stronghold and such, sort of more that way. And that shouldn't be too hard to do. I've just got a tunnel up here. So I'm kind of clearing out 3x3 tunnels just directly below where these ladders are. That one there goes off down to the island and that way. But the stronghold is just through here. And I must say that the key 3 ones that I want to get connected up by the end of today's episode is the village, the fort, and the stronghold. If I can get those 3 connected by the end of this episode, then I've achieved my mission, essentially. This one here is the stronghold, which is 47 and 120. Let me note that down. And that is the stronghold portal. So what I'll be able to do now is clear out a tunnel that goes to 147 and 120. It's not 147. What did I type that for? It's just regular 47, right? Yeah. Just 47. Don't want to be digging extra long tunnels, that's for sure. So that one isn't too far away. I could probably do a branch off, and you can kind of pick and choose which way you want to go. You can go right, which will take you to the stronghold, or you can go left, which will take you to the island, and eventually beyond that you can go to the lab and the mesa base. This is not going to be anything super complex with, you know, automatic track detection and things like that. It's just going to be something to help me, you know, to get around. I could always implement improvements and such to it later if I decide that I need it. So we know for sure then that the next one, I'm probably going to do it right up in this corner here, is 47 and 120. So go along here. To 47. Just right there, and then 120 is straight down this way. You've got to be careful around here of lava. There's also caves and drops. Like, that's not too bad of a drop, but you could be dropped directly into lava if you're not careful. So I'm being mindful of that. So this is pretty much a lot of what this is going to be, is lots of digging, lots of avoiding lava, but eventually we'll have a nice Nether Hub. Did I kill that source? I did. So we're almost there with this one. And this should bring us out right next to the ladder. Yeah, right here. And then we'll be able to access that portal straight from the hub. So say if we want to go from the village to the stronghold, we will go to the hub first and then back out to the stronghold. That's the easiest way I can think of doing it. You could probably do a direct way of doing it by setting up some controls in a big control panel, but that's a little bit beyond what I think I really need. So long as I'm saved the walking trip, I'm perfectly happy with it. And honestly, its main function is not to help save me a 2-minute walk to the stronghold. It's more to save me trips out to the mesa where the iron farm is and the lab where the darkroom and gold farm are. That's mainly what this hub is for, not so much for just short distance travel like the fort or whatever, but you know, it will save me a little bit of time, and it will certainly save me food, if nothing else. It'll save me food and or speed potions depending on how I want to do it. So, and I'm thinking in the short term, my objective is going to be to just get these tunnels made, certainly to the long distance portals, and then maybe use horse transport temporarily until I can get a minecart setup done. Because unfortunately, as it stands, I need a lot of gold and even more iron to get to where I need to go. And doing that is not exactly easy, considering my gold farm doesn't work anymore, or at least isn't very efficient. So I'm going to have to think about redesigning a gold farm at some point, which is a little bit too much to get into at the moment for me. So, I mean, I've got some gold, so I might be able to get so far out of the way, but certainly long term we're going to have to think about that. And I want to have the wither skeleton farm to do as well, because our overriding objective here is to put a beacon at every one of my bases, and the Nether Hub is certainly going to be a base of sorts. It's not a base that you necessarily live in, but it's certainly something that is very useful and very integral to our world, so I would definitely want a beacon here. I don't know why I'm collecting that. I have tons of netherrack already from other tunnels and such. So I'm not sure totally how I'm going to get all of this done yet. I'm kind of playing some of it by ear, to be honest, at this point. But I do know that eventually we'll get this all figured out. So if I come back here, yeah, my tunnel is essentially this right here. So I'm going to get cracking on finishing this tunnel and starting to hook up some rails, and then I'm going to work on the village-based tunnel as well. I'll probably check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I'm back at my base here now. I ran out of rails for one thing, and also my pickaxe here, my efficiency 5 diamond pickaxe, is completely worn out. I have a bunch of picks in here, including another one of those, but I actually wanted to do a little bit of enchanting. It's been a while. I have a lot of levels on me right now, and I figured I'd spend some on a couple of pickaxes. And then I'm going to get myself some iron and gold together, and hopefully finish the rail. I have the rail to the stronghold completely done. It's not so great. Neither is that, but I could combine the two to create something pretty cool. How much would it cost to combine those? 6. I think the sensible thing to do would be to completely wear this pick down till it's like this one, and then just put it with that. And we'd have a duplicate of this. And obviously it would cost a little bit more to repair, but in the long run, it's, you know, I get a full use out of that diamond pickaxe before needing to repair it. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're pretty much done with digging for a while. It's not exactly like we need to do a whole heck of a lot of that. At the moment, the main thing I'm needing to focus on is putting down rails at the moment. I did want to throw some diamonds in my ender chest though. For the time being, I'll put you away. Put you up in here as well. I'll put you back. So as far as the rails go then, we have iron here available, all ready to go. And the other thing I'm going to need is sticks. I believe for the power tracks I need redstone and gold. So I'm going to take 6 stacks of gold. There we go. And that should be everything I need, because I have wood over there. So I should be able to finish the rails now. As far as the slabs go for the tunnels, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. The main thing that I've got a problem with when it comes to that is actually a supply of smooth stone. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot of it. So I've been cooking it up wherever I can. And that's one of the things I'm going to have to do, is actually work on smelting up some smooth stone just off camera. And get a decent stockpile of it going again, because I don't have a whole heck of a lot. As far as the fort goes, I don't think there's any there. Or if there is, then I'm sure there'll be very little. I typically didn't smelt a whole heck of a lot at that time for building and such, so I doubt there would be any there. And this is the tunnel, as you can see, completely dug out from end to end. Just needs a rail now. So, I got the tunnel that goes back to the village complete, along with all the rails and everything else that we need in order to make it usable. So now I have a direct connection from the village to the fort and also to the stronghold. Now what I need to do is place slabs all around here to prevent mobs from spawning. I only have so many slabs though, so once we're out, we're done for a while. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to probably set up an auto smelter of some sort back in my village base and just leave a load of stuff smelting, maybe with some lava buckets or something, in order to get everything that we need to complete this project. But it's definitely coming together, that is for sure. And I am very, very happy with the progress that we're making here. Such a, you know, such a lot of time saved in the long run with this. We get around a lot easier. As I mentioned earlier, my next objective with this will be to completely slab everything in all the tunnels. And then from there, I will want to add the rest of the tunnels to this system. Oops. And I'll fill that in too. And then after that, I will want to start and work on designing the hub itself. Oops. For those, I'm gonna have to do that, I guess. And then we'll have a fully functional Nether Hub for our base here, which is going to be mighty handy, I'm sure. And I think, unfortunately, that's going to be about it for today's episode. A bit of a shorter one today. I've been so busy throughout the week that I've just not really had much time to sit down and think about this too much. But we did get some stuff done in the end. So next Saturday we'll pick things up again, and hopefully I'll have made some progress on this. I'm probably going to do some live streaming throughout the week, maybe on here. Stay tuned to my Twitter feed for that, or you could always watch the VOD later on MrMFretwell Extra. and that'll probably be some work on these tunnels, maybe digging some of the new ones and things like that. Just kind of the boring, monotonous work that I wouldn't normally put on camera. And as I say, next Saturday we'll pick things up again, and we'll see what we need to do next, alright? So, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm going to get cracking on more of this Nether stuff, and I'll see you all next Saturday. So until then, take care, and have a great day.